All right, Shalom. All praises, all glory, and all honor goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. It's Brother Tazaiwan here, and I have an article from Express. All right, and once again, things are heating up in the world of prophecy. Okay, and that's our job. All right, that's our job. As men in the Lord, a man in the Lord, a servant of the Lord, is supposed to prophesy. That's first and foremost. This is the highest office in the universe that a man can do, especially because even heathen prophesy is noted in the book of Numbers. Okay. But it's Israel that the Lord set up to be his prophets and his servants. Okay? Everything that proceeds through the from the will of the Lord is all to magnify Israel. If a heathen receives visions and prophecies pursuant to Joel the 2nd chapter, it's all to culminate in the end of this society and the true coming together of the nation of Israel to rule once again in the earth. Okay? Everything is about Israel. So as men of the Lord, okay, we are to prophesy, not gather together and have cookouts and barbecues. All right? That's not our main priority. Yeah, brothers get together, but we get together in private. You see a lot of Israelite camps seek they seek the love of the world, when it was prophesied that if you serve the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, okay, if you serve the true power, you're going to be hated and persecuted, and no other Israelite camp or group is more persecuted and hated than GMS Great Millstone. All right, and that's mainly because we prophesy. We tell you the things to come. Okay, so this article here is headline Malaria Outbreak. Now we've been saying that there's going to be more diseases and more outbreaks pertaining to these natural disasters. Okay, which is really the hand of the Lord moving in the earth. Okay, the hand of the Lord moving. Okay, we told you that there's going to be more people affected by disease, and a lot more casualties and deaths are going to start taking place. We prophesied this, okay, through the inspiration and the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and this is our main focal point. All right. The scripture says, "Who can but prophesy?" All right. So now in the world there's a malaria outbreak. All right. It says Lombok hit by deadly disease as Bali earthquake crisis deepens. So now not only was it an earthquake, but the earthquake has led to a disease, a pestilence, a malaria outbreak. All right. It says Lombok has only recently escaped from the clutches of a major earthquake, with services just starting to reorganize as survivors are scattered. Now, the major Indonesian tourist island is suffering at the hands of a vicious malaria outbreak. All right, now let me read the scripture here so you can understand what I was saying at the beginning of the video. All right, this is Jeremiah 28:8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, even the old ancient prophets, including Jeremiah himself, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms." America being the main one in this society now, but that doesn't disclude Asia or the Pacific Islands, okay, or Africa or the Middle East or Europe. All right, this whole world is lying in wickedness right now. So we prophesy against it okay, and tell it of the righteousness to come. All right. So it says, we prophesy against many countries and against great kingdoms of war. Okay, war is coming. World War III is definitely brewing up. You can't deny that. Okay, the heat and the tension between these nations, Israel and Iran and America and Russia and these other countries like China, all right, North Korea, that's eventually going to lead to a world war. All right, it says and of evil, okay, and of pestilence. All right. So pestilence is now breaking out. Same thing happened with the Ebola crisis and the swine flu and these other diseases. Those were all prophecies coming to pass, man. Okay? It wasn't a coincidence. These things are happening because the Lord had prophets out here speaking of these things to come into earth. Okay? And Lombok, Indonesia, is no different. Okay? So let me get into it. It says Jakarta, which is, I believe Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia. It says Jakarta has declared a health emergency as an outbreak of malaria rocks the island of Lombok, just 1 month after a series of major earthquakes. The last 2 months have seen Lombok at the mercy of severe earthquakes rocking the island with magnitude 6.0 tremors. Okay? Hundreds of thousands of people were evacuated in the wake of the events, which has seen damage costs exceed 257 million. I'm not sure if this is euros or another currency, but it says 5 trillion rupiah, okay, which is a high number, okay. It says survivors of the earthquakes were forced into nearby shelters, and some were left camping in nearby fields, prime conditions for breeding diseases. So, so what you going to think when a lot more Hurricane Marias and Hurricane Matthews and Hurricane Irmas and Hurricane Florences hit the United States, and a lot more people are displaced and evacuated? It's going to be breeding grounds for diseases. The same thing is different. It's no different over there than over here in America. Okay? And this is the Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai visiting the earth. Let me get that prophecy. Okay? Now let's see what the prophet Ezra had to say about this. This is Ezra's, second Ezra's, the book of second Ezra's. Let's see here. Yep, the 9th chapter. Second Ezra chapter 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the highest, which is Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, is visiting the earth. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand. You should have a good and well understanding of the time we're living in right now. All right? It says that the Most High spake of those things. He prophesied through his prophets from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this is what we're seeing now. We're seeing the earthquakes, the upwards of the people, the diseases, the pestilences, the war. Okay? And this is what true prophets do. And this is our main job here at GMS, is to prophesy. Okay? It says, tremors around Lombok were felt and wide, and aid workers were quickly drawn to the island to help those in need. According to those aid workers, an official government test, a total of 128 people have now been confirmed infected with the disease spread by mosquitoes. Okay? So now you got 128 people. Who knows who's so-called patient zero? Who knows that now that since they're scattered, where they're going to go next? You know? What country or island or city or state are these people going to go to next? Hey man, pestilence and war and evil is coming. Okay? And this is what we're seeing here. This is the highest visiting the earth. Okay? A deadly disease of malaria has broken out in Lombok, Indonesia. Okay? It says, among them are women and children who may be ill-equipped to fight off the infection as the island recovers from its most recent natural disaster. While malaria already has a presence in Lombok, regional officials have revealed the latest spate of infections is a step up from average. Okay? And man, we're here, man. We're in that time. Okay? And this is what we have to understand, that time is not a time to play around and you know, be joined unto this world. Okay? Prophesy. That's how you bring the people in. Okay? And I'm mainly aiming at, all right, at IUIC and these other Israelite groups. This is what they do. They don't prophesy, man. They don't do videos. You're not going to see things on their channel. They capitalize on major events, but they don't do it daily, okay? As Howard Shah said, he was in the synagogues and teaching the Jews daily. Same thing with the apostles and the disciples back then. So this is what we do. Day to day and week to week, we prophesy. We tell you what the Lord said is going to happen. So when it comes, you would have been already prepared for it in the spirit, and in hopes that you'll be spared, man. Okay? Because Esau's rulership in this kingdom is coming down, and the kingdom of Israel is coming up. The kingdom of the Israelites. All right? I'm gonna keep reading. It says people contract the virus from infected. Well, okay, let me read this. All right, what is malaria? Malaria is a mosquito-borne disease found in Africa, Asia, and South America. People contract the virus from infected mosquitoes, which carry a parasite named Plasmodium, different varieties of which are found in different regions of the world. And best believe that this Hurricane Florence is you're going to start seeing a lot more cases of different diseases here in America, especially here in the Southeast. A lot of these people that were hit by Florence have now flown or drove into different places like Virginia, which I don't believe was too badly hit, but Georgia, especially Georgia, and other places up north and going further west. So a lot of that lingering water back in that area is going to be disease ridden. Because water breeds what? Mosquitoes, especially in the summertime. You know, we're still in the summer. Especially down here in the south. So there's to be a lot more pestilences to come. Okay? All right? All right? And that's prophecy. Okay? It says the most common Plasmodium is Plasmodium falciparum, which is found mainly in Africa and is responsible for the most malaria-based deaths worldwide. Okay? Here, malaria, millions of cases could be prevented by new mosquito net. Yeah, right. Kerala flood rescue. Now, it said that there's been flooding in North Carolina, major flooding in North Carolina from this Hurricane Florence. So what's going to make that any different from Kerala? It says Kerala flood rescue camps hit by disease outbreak fears. Okay? So this is what we're dealing with, man. All right? We're dealing with pestilences to outbreak in the near future, man. All right? It says in Asia, Plasmodium vivax is the most naturally occurring, a parasite which causes milder symptoms but can survive in the body for up to 3 years. That's why, when you come into this truth, you have to change your diet, follow the dietary laws, eat less meat, do more exercise, get into a more healthy plant-based diet if you can. Make sure that you're not going to these hospitals and taking this medicine if you can. You got to do your best to eat and be more healthy in this society, because what it does is when you have an alkaline body, all right, an alkaline-based body, that kills these diseases, man. But they want to push out articles like this mosquito net could prevent malaria. Man, yeah, right, man. Don't let these heathens fool you, okay? Let medicine be thy food and food be thy medicine, as the old saying goes, okay? So it says there is a rarer, let me see. Where I was at here. Right. It says, now this means Vivax can reemerge if it gets the chance, plunging victims into another round of malaria symptoms. There is a rare form of malaria parasite known as Plasmodium knowlesi, found in parts of Southeast Asia, but only one death has ever been recorded. Malaria symptoms tend to present in a similar way to the flu. Suddenly all these diseases start out with flu symptoms, whether it be Ebola, whether it be malaria, because these Edomites go over there, whether it be the World Health Organizations or Doctors Without Borders or whoever, and they implant, I highly believe, all right, I know I'm not far off, that they implant these people and inject these people with these diseases, or they leave, because they did the same thing to the Native Americans. Why do you think that they've changed now? Okay? And this is why the so-called white race will be exterminated. Thus saith the scriptures. All right? Presuming to Obadiah, the first chapter, there's only one chapter. All right? From 18 down to 21. All the house of Edom shall be destroyed and burnt up in a fire, because they represent death in the earth. All right? These flu symptoms, man. So it says malaria symptoms tend to present in a similar way to the flu, with the victims feeling both hot and shivery with the high temperature of 38 degrees Celsius, vomiting, headaches, muscle pains, and diarrhea. Malaria can be quite deadly, however, as even with treatment, the disease can come with a 20% fatality rate, because these vaccines don't kill the disease. They may treat symptoms, but they don't kill the disease. Okay, like I said, that thing can live into your body for about 3 years, man. Trust in Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, because these pestilences are coming. Okay? It says, what is being done to combat malaria in Lombok? Raman Sanan Putra, chief of the West Lombok Health Agency, hailed the latest outbreak as extraordinary as the government begins to tackle regional cases. The local government has apparently requested 175,000 or 3.4 billion rupiah to help fund the mosquito nets, test kits, and emergency responses. It shows you that these heathen are not meant to rule without Israel ruling over them. Okay? All right? And these things are simple, man. Get you a righteous diet as recorded in the law. All right? In the scriptures, as they call it, the law of Moses. And you'll be able to fight disease off. Or these diseases wouldn't occur. All right? But these things must happen because the Lord said so. Thus saith the Lord. Because of the wickedness of this world, man. He's visiting the earth right now. Earthquakes, pestilences. Okay? I'm going to keep reading and then I'm going to end it. It says, efforts may be complicated, however, as the rainy season is soon to set in next month. So that's what? There's more mosquitoes. There's more outbreaks, More cases. It says, and people already suffering from lack of care could be plunged into yet more difficulties. Government health officials will be vital in the coming months, with proper training and response times to individual outbreaks vital to prevent further spreading. So, time is coming, man. All right, that time is coming. Okay, pestilence, disease. All right, it's coming, man. That's the point, man. So, hey, these things are being prophesied about. Get your spirit